So you did a detox? You said you did a detox. I told you that?
Yes, you told me to.
I should do that too. Detox from the internet. And this reminds me of something when I think about the Buddha's life, that before he started practicing, he was very attached to name and form, just like all of us. And it could be different things. Everyone has a different way of being attached to something, whether it's internet, it could be sex, it could be money, it could be power, video games. I mean, you can go on and on. It can even be meditation, believe it or not. People can get attached to meditation. So, like all of us, he was also very attached to name and form. And then it said when he perceived his enlightenment, we call it the before thinking mind, the mind before thinking, or you can call it nirvana, whatever word you want to use. But when he perceived his enlightenment, he was no longer attached to name and form. But he didn't stay there, because he got up from the tree, and for 49 years he used name and form to help other people. So I always find that very interesting. So he was attachment to name and form, no name and form, and using name and form. So really nothing is good or bad. I know as far as my relationship with the internet, we created, the Quantum School of Zen created the online Sangha. A lot of it had to do with just my connection to people worldwide that didn't have support for any kind of meditation practice. But also I love technology. I love everything Google and little gadgets and things. So it's like, how can you use that? You can attach to it, or you can use it. And so I think our school, we found a good way to use it, to reach people in these locations that have absolutely no support, no teachers, no nothing. And we gather together, practice together, sit together, chant together. We do interviews. We're going to have our first online retreat coming up in December, which is going to be, I believe, 24 hours straight, and a few of us from different regions are going to be covering it, and people can come and go as they wish. So that's an example of using name and form. We had someone in our school who, this was quite a while ago, who was really good at making money, who was rich, I mean, like a millionaire, right? And we usually think, oh, those people, they just think of themselves. They're greedy, right? They don't care about anybody. But he actually used the money, he did this by real estate, by the way, to build Zen centers around the world. I thought that was really interesting, right? Because we usually think this other thing. So it's not the thing itself, it's how we use it. So that means it's our relationship to that thing. So in order to get to this place to use name and form, we have to get to this place before thinking, right? So Julie's talk pointed a lot to about judgments, right? These kinds of things. And that has to do with this mind of opposites. The mind that likes things, that doesn't like things. It has good and bad, it makes right and wrong. But it all comes from one source, I. And when there's an I, that means there has to be a you. So that's where the opposites thinking come from. And the Buddha explained that very clearly. When he perceived his enlightenment, he also said that the reason why we suffer or have so much dissatisfaction is because we don't understand ourselves. That's why we do all of these other things, because it doesn't make any sense. This I doesn't exist. We created it. But it doesn't mean we can't use it. But we have to find out this nature of this I first, before we can use it. And then this I can change. So this I like, I don't like, I hate, can change to how may I help. It still has I, but it's used in a completely different way.